Okay, today happens to be Thursday, February 2nd, no, February 10th, 2022, and I'm so excited to share with you all. I finished week 3. I'm on day 22 of the challenge, and I finally got my Smackdown goals done, so I actually want to share. Anybody that wants to hear them, I'm about to share what they are because they mean a ton to me. Anywho, but I also wanted to share in the 3 weeks that I just completed, I also lost 15.2 pounds, which I'm really excited about, and 9.75 inches all around me, which is just a blessing. I'm just saying, good beginning, I guess. So in case you don't know, Diamond Dallas Page created this program, DDPY, and Smackdown is their goal-setting system, and it is profound. Diamond Dallas Page always says, this is key, you got to get this done. It took me 3 weeks. I'm 3 weeks into the program, and I finally got it done because it takes a lot of thinking. You got to go within yourself and really ask some pretty serious, honest questions. So I'm just going to share with any of you that want to hear what I discovered was absolutely my Smackdown goals. So, and the letters all stand for, I know, I'm putting on these readers. I'm going to be 67 next month in March, but my eye doctor still says my eyes are perfect. I don't know what he's thinking, because sometimes I like these tiny little readers to help me with these tiny prints, but I don't mind the glasses. So anyhow, S stands for specific. What is your specific? My specific 6-month goal is I want to be able to daily be able to walk with 10,000 steps a day average and have no challenges with that. I want to get back my life to being able to be with friends and family at malls and everywhere and just create memories with people. And I've been backing out of it for 8 years since I injured my knees. And I just kept dialing back and dialing back. Thus is how I got to the 250 pounds, because everything hurt. So anyhow, walking is absolute goal for me. 58 pounds lost during that 6 months, which is half of the goal that I need to reach. But I want to reach half of it by 6 months. My 1-year goal is to be able to get to 20,000 steps a day average. So gosh, I could do Disney World. I could do a lot of things, and that's really important. Not Disney World. That's probably a little more shallow than I actually want it to be, but whatever. 58 pounds additionally on that last section of the year, so that total within the year I lose the whole 115 pounds and I'm exactly where I need to be. So that, but my 2 to 5 year goals, that took me a little bit longer to come up with, and I actually know beyond a shadow of a doubt I want to be a DDPY instructor. I want to get certified to do that, because we live in a 55 plus adult community here in Florida. They will have over 10,000 homes in our addition alone, and every day I watch people going through the exact same thing with me, with walking in such pain and misery and weight because of it, gaining weight. And I see them walking to the post office, to the grocery stores, around the pools. I see them all over the place, and I know I can make a difference right where God's planted me, right here. So I'm believing I can instruct and help tons of people overcome the very thing that I'm overcoming. And then the other thing is, I really feel like I've been called as well in that 2 to 5 year plan to be a life skill coach over the Facebook Live with people, or FaceTime, whatever, internet. I just know that I'm called to be a part of that at this season of my life. I can help people go through, get over some major bumps as their life journey, and I feel I'm called to do that as well. M in Smackdown stands for, is it measurable? How are you going to measure your progress? That actually has become the easiest part of this, ironically. I have a watch that has a pedometer on it, which is just like a Fitbit actually, but I can know exactly, did I increase my steps by 1 more step the next day? So I can track that. I have what's called a Zero app on my phone that I use for my intermittent fasting, and I'll explain that in just a moment. But And then, of course, I do the DDPY app program with there. So that's tracking all kinds of things for me within that app and within that program of exercise. Then every single Thursday, I call it Throwback Thursday for me. I go back and look at what the whole last week accomplished, and I do measurements, weights, BMI, all of that stuff. I share that with you actually too. And then I do a summary and I evaluate how I did on my last 7 days. What would I do differently on my next 7 days? So I always have a reflective day on my Throwback Thursdays. A stands for, is your goal realistic, achievable? A, is it achievable in the time frame you've set? And all I can say is absolutely, I'm positive that I can, because I believe that much in the program and in my intermittent fasting. I believe in the whole thing together is perfect storm for me, for my personality, and I got enough bumpers around me to actually keep me on the road instead of falling into the ditch. So I won't be denied this victory. C stands for, what are you going to change about your lifestyle to reach these goals? I have to change my daily activities, because if I change my daily, it adds up to the week, to the month, to the years, whatever. So the micromanagement is what I have to do for my personality, is to micromanage. So every day I just make sure I have 18 hours. I do the intermittent fasting, 18 hours of just water, lots of water. I put water bottles in the fridge, and then I actually know when I drink all those, I hit the goal with the water. So that's in the fridge every day. And then 6 hours, I open up time, and it's different. If I have lunch with someone or breakfast with someone, my 6 hours opens up at a different time. And then during the 6 hours, I just make healthier choices. I don't make special foods for me. And then 46 years of marriage, I can't do my husband too weird. And then my mom's 93, she lives with me, and I feed a lot of people, I serve people. So I don't make the 6 hours too weird with too many measurements and everything. It doesn't work for me, but it works to open it up, think healthy, do the right choices. And then the other daily activity I do, is just, I do try to prepare healthier things. I only let healthier things come in. That's key for me. Well, no, that's not true. My mom's 93. If I don't have ice cream and popcorn and all kinds of stuff for her. So I do have a section of life that's mom's food, but I do prepare things ahead that I know I can go and grab them during that 6 hours. The K part of Smackdown. How will you keep going when you get discouraged or lack motivation? That is... Gosh, that was the hardest question for me to answer, because knowing my falling down, picking myself back up history of stuff, this one took me a while, but I actually got to it. I have to visualize walking around with my friends and family to anything they want to go see, anything they want to go do. My grandkids, I have 5 grandkids. I can get down and play with them, play tag in the backyard. Gosh, I didn't mean to cry. I'm so sorry, you guys. Anyhow, all I have to do is visualize that, and that motivates me. And then I can visualize all the lives I can impact with my testimony. And I say that because right here where God planted me, and on top of the world, this is 55 plus community with 10,000 homes ultimately at the end. I see people every day that are a reason I need to break this off of me so I can help others. And then I read the posts of my fellow DDPY challenge participants. And you guys, wow, if you're not a part of that, they have a face group. When you're a part of that program, that challenge, you get to be on a private face group thing where everybody shares what they're going through and what they've overcome and where their goals. And it is the most motivational thing I have actually ever experienced in my entire life. There are so many people overcoming there that if I need to get inspired and get over some pity party Pam's having that day, all I have to do is go on and see their stories and hear their hearts. And it's just, it's, anywho. Okay. O is who's going to hold you accountable other than you. And that's really easy. Our son Willem is the one that led me to DDPY. He knew how frustrated I was with everything. Exercise is great. You can see a lot of it. But if you're hurting, it just doesn't seem possible. He found DDPY for me. And he still, every day he texts me what day I'm on. And of course, today I'm on day 22. So anywho, it's really fun. And then every part of the 2022 challenge on Facebook, really, I feel like I'm accountable. I'm making this video, aren't I? So every Thursday when I make the videos, I feel like I'm accountable to everybody. So W stands for where are you going to write your goals so you can see them every day. I wrote them on here. I have this on my nightstand, and then I read it every night before I go to bed, and then I read it in the morning when I first get up. I know people do sticky notes all over. That's just doesn't work for me. I just walk past those notes. I kind of have to touch stuff, and it's my personality. And yes, the hearts are my personality, so anybody struggling with that, you have to get over it, because I figured out somewhere maybe in my 30s, possibly 40s, I figured out I was a better Pam Riley being Pam Riley instead of being someone else. And this is who I am. So anywho, this is keeping me accountable. Thank you so much for DDPY, your whole system, all of you people on the back wall of that are putting this thing together, this program. I can't thank you enough, and I'm excited to be another voice carrying this on and right where God's planted me here. Love you guys.